Good morning, everybody. It's a bright, sunny day, and so I'm going to grab it while I can and show you how I'm going to decorate the inside of these envelope wraps that I made the other day. This was the first one, and in the video right before this one, I show you how to make this durable and how to attach the wax seal, and I show you the ephemera that's inside. And then we began to work on this second bundle, and I also have a third that I hope to get to today. And I had some trouble getting this wax seal on. Oh, by the way, I'm Kimberly. This is General Breeze. Thank you for stopping by. I am happy thinking about you guys out there enjoying this, and I hope to get this done pretty quick, so I'm going to move along. I have put together another wax seal, and these are the pieces that I'm using for the back, and now those are pretty even. That makes the back even. The trouble with this was that the back was very uneven. It's one of the first ones I made, and when I pulled up the stamp, it stuck, so I had problems with that. So this one is going to go here. And so what I did, which I did with the first one, which worked better, I glued these on first, and then I let them dry, and then I glued it on. This one last night, I was trying to get it done, and it was all wet glue under there, which wasn't a good idea. So let me decide where this is going to go, and then I'm going to put it on. So by the time this puffs up, yeah, this is not in the center, and I think moving it over, it looks better. So I'm using Beacon 123, and I just glue where the metal is. I think you could use any metal thing under here that laid flat. Not totally flat, it's got to stick up a little bit. And then the string moves around it. Oh, I don't have my string. Shoot. Hold on one sec here. Let's see. I'm just gonna pull. I'm gonna put my string right in the middle and put some more glue on that. Okay. You know, I'm glad that that I actually waited a little longer to show you this part with decorating, because I ended up printing out quite a few more seed packets, and the seed packets have some great ephemera along the sides. And so I cut those out, and we'll use those. I'm also going to show you how to age using not just distress ink. Every time I get in the video, my throat goes through something. I don't know. I seem to talk lower when I'm not talking to somebody. And when I talk lower, it just causes my throat to bring up some phlegm. It's so weird, because when I talk to people, I don't talk this low. Okay, there you go. So then I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then I'll be able to wrap that around. I also put a decoration on here. Whoops. Oh, that's a ray of light. That's from the skylight. I'm thinking that, this corner needed something. And I tried quite a few things that I had found, and none of them were quite right. And I didn't want to take away from the beautiful wax seal. The French lady. It's the same thing that's on their stamp. So I put this pretty sticker on because inside, excuse me, it's a blue-green. And I'm using all blues in here. So when I saw this little circle, I thought, well, there's some blue and some green. But now I've got these other stickers. And maybe something a little chunkier. Let's see. This goes great with that coloring. Yeah, let's see about that. This is from a seed packet, and I printed it large and small. Oh, it comes with it large and small. That's right. Okay, so these two sizes are on the seed packet that it came with. So let me see if I I wasn't crazy about the shape. I like the motif a lot, and the shape's fine for something else, but here I wasn't sure. So if I put that there, and put this here, put this here, and then it doesn't even show. Well, that's okay. And this is another piece of ephemera. I put gold around the edges. It actually has a frame, and it's hard to see. It's so bright, but it's a beautiful gold wax. And then that's what's going to go there. It can sit down like that. Yeah, you know what? I think that's good. And then when you open it up, you take this out, open it up, and it'll be like that. And that goes well with that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, let me just stress this a little bit. I'm being a little heavy-handed, I would say, with my distressing on these envelopes today. I feel like the coloring of the outside envelope and the shape of the sides where it's ripped and torn, looking, old and used and all of that, just lends itself to using a heavier hand. I'm not usually a heavy-handed distress person, but I try to match the papers. So I'm using Mono Glue Stick by Tombow, and I really like it. Really, really. It super sticks. It's very permanent. Okay, I'm going to turn this light out, see if it makes it any easier to see. Yeah, I think it's a little better. Whoops. There's shadows, but the light's above me, so the light from the sky, so I can't really adjust that. Sorry about that. Okay, beautiful. All right, so this is the one I'm going to fill with blue. I just love it. It's so stunning. But let me try to get to some of the things that you might find more interesting. Let me this on there so I don't forget. I find that when I get really inspired by a paper, I end up, having 2 or 3 or 4 projects of it going at the same time. Oftentimes they're actually versions of the initial one. So I would say that I have 5 now, 5 versions of the initial one. And the initial one I made, not with any intention of it turning into anything beyond the envelope, really. So I love to go with that flow. I just love it. So I haven't done any social media. I've just been making in between working, and it's taken up all my time. So, all right. So I wanted to age these. That's what I wanted to do next. Okay. So I've got some different ephemera here. Did I show you that I put? You saw me yesterday put this piece of label on the cheesecloth, and then I found a sticker that I love this stem, and I thought it was really beautiful. And there's some purple in here, so that shows like that, and I thought that was a nice balancer, and I didn't feel like it distracted as much as it just kind of went together. It's romantic. That's the feeling. And then this is my little charm that I told you I was going to put on the end of the wraparound, so key and a lock. So it's a very romantic package. And I've decided, originally, if you might recall, I had this, which is beautiful. But then I came across this seed packet, and I feel like if I cut off and I save this, because sometimes it's useful to go on the inside of another one. And I have put together, it's not done yet, another use for the seed packets as an element all of its own. But it's not really worthy of a video, so I'll show it on Instagram. But I'm having fun with it. Okay, so now I'm going to distress this, and I'm using Gathered Twigs Distressed Oxide. The Distressed Oxide gives a much deeper look than the archival ink that I use. I don't know if I'm going to want to put something else in the middle. Maybe I am. I've made a little envelope to fill with my different stuff. Oh, this is pretty. Oh, it's blue though. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Okay. Let's take that out. Let's take these out. Okay. Okay. So, flowering bulbs. A pink square. I don't want pink. This is, oh yeah, it is a pink thing. Yep. All right, let's see. Or I could do flowers. That's pretty. Is it necessary? That just kind of looks like the same as that. Okay. That would be the same. I rather like that. Okay, let's see. I'm going to take off a lot of that brown because it's too much for this piece. I like that they make the edges complicated and thick, and so you can really cut a piece down to the size that you want. Sometimes I cut off what they provide entirely because that looks better, but I really appreciate that they do that. This says the Moss Rose. I'm not so crazy about that. Okay, so if we go like that and we go like this, and it's kind of a brown stamp. The other way would be to go like that. That's not as interesting. Okay, I'm going to glue that down, And that would be like that. And then if I put this here, I don't know, I don't think that's really necessary. I think the purple is caught up nicely in there. I am going to cut a dip here. Yeah, okay. And I'm going to glue it. So on one side of the house, there's the sun and the blue sky. And on the other side, there's the clouds. They're blowing over this direction from the east, which is not typically how it goes. And we're going to have a major rainstorm tomorrow into Thursday. And it's been super cold. Oh my gosh. Chilly, chilly, chilly. And, oh yeah, so see, I'm going to glue this now inside of there, because I like that better than I like that white. Although, the white, let's see. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do that. And I'll brown this up. So yeah, so I felt like I better get this video put together before we have more rain and it gets really dark. And I think there might be, I don't know, thunder or something with this one. Okay, so now we have, it's going to be the front, and then this will tie around. That's cute. I really like it. And you really get that feeling of flowers, which is the goal of this kit. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so this one, okay, so they look entirely different. That won't be clipped on there. That'll be down. Yeah. I like them both so much. Okay, so I kind of have the pink pieces laying out in front of me, so let's do those. Where's my timer? Did I set it? Oh, okay. I am going to, okay, first of all, this is the envelope. I stamped it and put this stamp on, purple, to, again, pick up the purple. And I'm laying it on top of this beautiful print from the kit. And this is the back. This is my favorite paper in the whole kit, believe it or not. I just love it. And yet this purple didn't go as well. Well, you know what? It does. Okay, I'm going to have this face up then. And I stamped down here. So I thought about stamping on this side, but that's so pretty. But this could use something. So it's going to be, oh, you know why I chose this one up? Because when you folded it back, the flowers would be like upside down. So I chose this so that the brown and the white would show. There we go. And this would be underneath the envelope. Okay. All right. But still, let's see if there's something we can put right here. Let's see. How about this one that I really liked? Okay, you know what? Let's do a stamp. I think those are going to be hard to see. So what do I have? something that's going to be short. Okay, let's see. I know. I love this one. Papers and letters. Instead of printing it in the brown, I'm going to print it right above in the white. Okay. And I'm going to use the oxide for my ink. And one thing I've learned from doing a lot of stamping lately is that you have to do a one-off. Okay. It's like for the way I look at it, and I have no idea if this is correct, but I feel like it just gets the stamp ready to make the best impression. Okay. And then the other thing I figured out is that I need a nice hard surface. Okay. And here we go. Okay, well, it's always the very middle. I don't know why that is, but the middle letters often don't show. So then I get a colored pencil and I fill in. There we go. Okay. All right. That makes me happy when I can do a little something to fix it up. Okay, great. All right, so then this I've already edged and browned. This one could use a little circle down there, but it's sort of lost and wasted. Flowering bulbs. That's pretty. Let's put that there. I am now going to cut on the inside of the frame. Oh, you know, that pink would be really pretty there. Hold on. Maybe I could put like a little stamp on the inside of this pink one. Of all the pinks, baby pink is my favorite. Since I don't much care for pink, favorite is favorite of the color I least like on the rainbow. Okay, so if we put a little something, what would be good? I've got Paris 1899. Let's see. It's already stuck somewhere. Oh, this says July. Nope, that won't work. Huh. That's another good one to use. Okay. Let's see. My Paris and this are on a stamp somewhere. I don't even take them off. I use them so often. Okay, here's one that just says Paris. Let's use that. nice to have unlimited space to put all of these things where you can actually have their own block. I would love that. Okay. Okay. All right. Then this will go like that. And that will go like that. Okay. Let's see. There. Oh, that looks fantastic. Whew. Love it. Turned out great. Okay. You know what? I'm going to give that a moment to dry. I don't want to smudge it. Okay. All right. So let's put these back for the moment anyway. All right. This then brings me to aging, and this needs to be aged. This I've distressed, but I want to age further. This I need to distress. And this came from Jacqueline at Souvenir de la France. Isn't it perfect? And I really want her to show. And then these came from Graphics Fairy, premium site. And so I am going to take out my paper that I put beneath to smudge my papers. But mostly what I've been doing that I really love, I've been squirting distress sprays, but I'm not in mica, but I'm not actually squirting. I'll show you what I'm doing. In part because, you know, they stop working after a while. But first let me get this browned up. Now I'm using the lighter Archival Ink Coffee. And I want to do all the pages. From both envelope wraps that I'm working on. So I'm hoping that you guys thought about my question yesterday, because I'd love to hear your answers. And it was about what you have come up with, or what you thought about, you know, maybe back in January, or have come to realize since, that you want to focus on this coming year of journal making. Or maybe journal writing is part of what you put in there. You know, that's my big thing, is journal writing, and yet I never talk about it. I never bring it up with you guys, and I don't know why that is exactly. I'm always feeling so pressed for time because I'm not a quick crafter. So that's part of it. But I don't know, would you be interested in doing a whole thing on journaling together, journal prompts? And I have, you know, maybe we could, I don't know, I'd have to think about it, but would you be interested in doing something where we do some journal writing? And I'm not talking about where you just say, you know, let go today and have fun. You know, I don't consider that journaling. That's writing, and it's cool to put that on your page if that's what you want to be reminded of. But journaling that I'm talking about is where you actually think deeper and more seriously. If that would be of interest to you, please let me know. I also have other ideas on using visualizations to be able to journal. So, and also I use visuals to be able to journal. So, it could be fun, but I don't want to do it if there's not an interest. All right, let's do these three. I did these on regular paper because I want it to be foldable in the, I don't know why I'm doing that. That's ridiculous. That's not necessary. So rather than spray and get that sprayed look, which I don't like, it's not really splattering very well. Was the other day. Well, it makes me think I may need another applicator. Well, it's sort of coming out. Oh, I wonder. Now, I also, for those of you who don't have this on hand, I have a bottle with coffee in it. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to use the mica, which you do have to shake. This is pewter, and I'm only going to use it on that one. You can see it looks like this. Okay. Do you like that? Ah, I love it. Okay, now I'm going to do both sides, I think, but I am going to heat gun this. Yeah, this antique linen didn't really show up super well. I just want it to look literally foxed. I don't want it to look dotty. And I feel like it worked well on some of the other pages. But I don't really see it on that one at all. Let me grab my coffee. Or, I do have the darker, but they just get so dark. This is vanilla. Yeah, they don't have to all match, right? They can all look different. There you go. That's an odd thing. It's like there must have been a blackish dot. Oh, look! It went through. Fantastic! I got a twofer. I don't have to do a thing. The dots went through. This is my own document, my own French document on the back. I've been using my own stuff a lot lately. Same here. I am going to put a little bit right there. Just a little bit. Oh, it's so pretty. So one of my goals for this year, besides using hardback books, was to do more mixed media. I'm not into paint so much, although I am going to jelly plate, but I wanted to just, branch out and use things besides paper. I'm so addicted to the paper, and it brings me such joy that I didn't feel like I was really missing anything by not doing it. But I saw that other people did it, and I felt like it looked great too. So that's what made me think about it. And now that I'm incorporating, and I mean it's a mild, this is hardly mixed media, but in my mind it's mixed media. I'm loving it. It's super fun, and I love it. So, I'm doing more stamping. That was another part of my on my list. Okay, so I was going to do some others, so let's just grab. These are for my green blue set. I might use this as my envelope. I might use that. A couple of more maps, and look at these gorgeous blue. These are all in the kit. Now this one I covered up what was down here. It was nice. I just felt like this was a better color for my thing. So I put some of the background paper I've been using from the kit, and then I put cheesecloth up here to grungy it up. Oh, that's the background I used on here. And then this. So beautiful. Oh, I just love it. Love it, love it. Okay, so these I need to put the elements on, but these I want to. Now, what's happening with this one, even though it's got French on the outside, it's turning Italian. So now I'm using papers from Rachel, and again, Graphics Fairy membership. Okay, so this one, can you see? I put these mica dots on there, and here I put the coffee dots. Yeah, and I've got some Italian ephemera that my girlfriend got for me when she went there. It's literally ephemera. I said, just save bags and receipts and, throwaway stuff. So she brought me back a bunch of unique stuff, and I've been kind of, I bought some papers from Rachel a while ago, so I've got some Italian text, and I love the Italian feel in paper. I think it's beautiful, so that makes me happy to use it. And I'm not so sure I'm going to use everything in these envelopes because they're pretty filled up, but I'm going to put this vanilla in here. This is just the cheap vanilla extract I buy at Target. So, no way would I use real vanilla. There. Oh, I love it. This one needs a little more. Okay. Love, love, love. I feel like I have to heat them before they get so big. I think the heat helps them evaporate a bit. Perfect. And then these. Got the brown on the back of that one. I'm going to pull mica on there. And a little mica on there. And I feel like putting gray distress ink on these. I don't think I've used my heat gun as long as I've had it, which is probably 5 years at least, 6. And the whole time, as much as I've used it this year already. Yeah. I mean, why wait? Just shoot it with the heat and bingo. Okay. I'm going to get some of this. Okay. Yeah, that helps. Yeah. Oh, it looks so good now. These look so real. In fact, one comment that came in, she just assumed they were real book pages. So, there you go. I feel like if you want a gray look, you go with Rachel's. If you want a browner look, more normal vintage looking in our thinking here in America, you go with Jacqueline. Other people, oh my gosh, so many people have book pages, right? Or beautiful vintage looking pieces. Oh, I just think these look great. I don't feel a real need to rip and bend and tear, and I don't know. I don't really find that to be fun. Sometimes maybe, but just in general, if your whole entire journal has that look, then I guess it would be, you know, the definite thing to do. Every single piece is torn and you don't use any straight edges at all, but that's just not my thing. I do think it looks great in the end for ones that have it all the way through, but the mixing and the matching, some straight, some ripped and torn, that's not as cool in my opinion. Okay. So this has more of a brown vintage look, so I'm just going to do this real quick. Okay. There we go. All right. So these are done. All right. So let's see. Okay, this one's already decorated. Let's look at these. Oh, these need to be distressed too. Okay, I can do that better after the camera's off, because I really don't want to just do that. Okay, so I've got... That's not really going to go. I wonder if that's going to go with any of the pink ones. Okay. Okay, so let's not get too confused here. All right. I'm going to glue this on. Oops. Oh gosh, that looks so pretty. Okay. And then these also need to be inked. And you know, this one just needs more aging, don't you think? Let's see if I can. Oh, look how pretty that looks in gold. Oh, okay. Makes me want to use that then. Yep. That stamp is this stamp. So let me find. Okay, and I'm going to do it in gold. This is a ruler, and I just stick them all on here. Some I leave on, never take off. Some I take off. Let's see, where's my gold? Okay, let's use this. Let's see if that came out. Yeah, that's not the right gold. Neither one is very dark. Huh. Yeah, it's not going to show. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to put the oxide. Okay. That was my timer. But obviously I'm not stopping. I'm going to put brown on, and then I'm going to whip a little bit of gold. I don't know if that's going to help or hinder, but here I go. I want printemps to show because that means spring. Press. Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay, but something has to go there. And the edges have to be. I don't know if the gold shows or not. Hard to say. Okay, so what can we put in the bottom? Let's see. Something red. Well, they're not wildflowers, so that's not going to work. Let's see. Flower bulbs. That just looks so modern. Here, 1861. This is cut off one of their pages. See. Oh, you know what? this is pretty, although that's too much. I just did that side now. Nope. Let's try that. The moss rose, but it's a tulip. I don't know. La Parisienne is in green. Summer bloom. Let's try that. Flowers, summer bloom. It's very much a peach. So little. There, that looks good. Mellow. Very, very mellow. So you know what? I want to do something behind it. Let's see, maybe this. Now, you know what? It needs to be pink. Okay, here's some more. Oh. I know I complicate everything, you guys. I'm never straightforward. It's just not. It's not what I do. But this is what I like about doing this, is that there's so many options. Okay, that makes it show off. Let's see if this does. That doesn't really show. Let's see. That you can't really see. That you can't really see. Could just get a little more of the green. That green is the ticket. That is the ticket. Okay, just to show you how crazy I am going to make two. Two together to make the underneath frame. Okay, so that's there. Okay, so then I'm going to cut this. And I'm going to cut this. Oh my God, it's not really long enough. I need it to be a little bit longer. Oh, well, shoot. Oh, it's got to be a little bit longer. Okay. I am going to build up a frame. So this is going to be like this. This is going to be like this. Okay. And then I got to find another green one. Oh, this is pretty. Okay. Actually going to match 1 and 2. And what happens when I go through this much, you know, silliness to get a piece that I like is that each time that I look at this page now, no one else will be able to tell I pieced it together. Well, you'll know because you watched, but no one else will. And each time I see this page, I will know. It'll make me smile. I'll feel like I have a secret, in a way. A fun designer secret. I'm sure some of you do the same crazy thing. And I'm sure you do other crazy things that make it even more exciting. So now, if we go like this and like this, it says it has to be that's too big and too much. And this actually is more exact. There we go. Okay. And then like that. I don't know, it's a lot of work with not a lot of payoff, huh? Not a lot of payoff. Some of that red's got to show. So let's go like that. Go down like that. And there. That I like. Oops, off the camera. That looks pretty. That looks pretty. Okay, so let's glue. What if that was torn out? Right width, a little bit smaller. Okay. And then this. Okay. And then I'm going to do a little brown edge. Okay. And I'm going to put this on there. And then this needs some more browning. Okay, and then I'm going to brown up the edges, and this piece will be complete. And there we go. I love it. Do you like it? I feel like I want to squirt a little gold in here. Ah, that's what I want to do. Okay. Crazy. Once you get started with these things, it's like no returning. Okay, this is Seth Apter's, it's made in France. What do you know? What color? Gold mine. And again, I am not squirting. Okay, I'm not seeing it yet. There we go. Okay. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. Now I am going to dot, because I don't want it to be three-dimensional. There we go. Oh, it got all over the sign, which is perfect. Can you see it? Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is great. Yeah, it's subtle. You can see it really brightly in some lights. Gosh, you can barely really see it with this sun so bright. Oh well, it looks great. Okay, so let me just put one together. Okay, so I wanted this to be here. Then I wanted this lovely lady, who's not Marie Antoinette. It's Henriette de Langleterre. Angleterre, that's it. Angleterre, which I think means Duchess of Orleans. Okay, all right. And then I'm going to put, is this ready? Is it dry? Yeah. Okay. And this one I haven't done anything to yet, but I will. Okay. So then I'm going to lay them out so that different things are showing, so that the opening view is special. Okay. So then I'm going to go like this. I want this to be straight. Okay. All right. There we go. Go like that. So I'm not making any hard presses. Isn't that beautiful? You open it up and you get this beautiful array of papers. I love it. Okay, whoops. So we're going to go like this. You know, that envelope is a little too big. There we go. I'll just bend this a little differently. Doesn't that look spectacular? Look at those two ends together. Oh, gosh, I love this. Just love it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to show it to you one more time. Okay, wait. So this is going to go like that, and this is going to go like that. Okay. Okay. All right, and then we're going to go around and around. Okay. Wow, I packed it. This is a packed one. Let's see if I move this slightly down like that, and this slightly down like that. There you go. Whew. I'm going to have to bend those better inside. That envelope one is really the issue. If it weren't for that, it'd be okay. And then where did my, oh, and then this goes here. Oh my gosh, is that sweet? Would you like to get that sweet bundle? Or it could be like that even. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm super happy with it. Okay, and then we'll look inside for one last time. And I'm going to fix that envelope so that it's not punching it out so far. Oh, so beautiful. So, so beautiful. Can you see the whole thing? Let me go back one. There we go. Oh, I should have had it that way the whole time. Oh, is it beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. So we get our letter. This is paper from the Paper Cameo. Then we have our stamps and our tag. And we added this stamp back here. And then here's our aged lady with the mica. Can you see the shine? No. But there's shine on there that's kind of pewter colored. And then on the back, oh, we have a little gold. How did that happen? A little gold. Huh. A little vanilla and a little mica. That's fun. Oh, because it rested on here. Okay. And then we have this beauty. We didn't do anything to the back. I have to age that. And then we have France. This will be for writing, and I was going to put something across here. Yeah. Perhaps I'll put that across there. I don't know, but I think it'd be really good for writing. And then this one I still have to do. I'm going to add something there or here, and I'm going to age it. And then we have our beautiful base paper. Glorious. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Okay, I am going to fold this more harshly, I fear. Yeah, this is double-sided, 32 pounds, so it's 64 pound. And I sewed it so that it wouldn't be so stiff from gluing. Oh, you know what the key would be to this? If I folded one and the other could lay flat, that would be the key. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do just one. I'd have to move this up like that and this like that. That'll work. Okay, let's do that. There we go. Okay, so get this worked out, put it here. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work better. Yeah. Better not to use two 32-pound papers back to back is really the answer. I almost feel like I'm going to have to press this for a bit to get it to lay flat enough. I think that's the answer. Okay. And this. Oh, I love how that turned out. And then the other one. Tell you what. I'm going to work more on this before I share it because it needs a lot more to make it beautiful. And I seriously run out of time. So, you know, I'm calling all of these blue, but this is really a green. But blue is the other option. So, I think that looks good. Go with that one. That's my own envelope, and I added these stamps. This stamp was on there. And I added this cutaway from a digital. It's my own French letter inside. And these will all look pretty. This is the Italian one. Oh. Where did those Italian maps go that I aged? Remember those Italian maps? Huh. What a mess. I don't even know where they went. Oh my gosh. Do you remember them? We aged 2 maps. Oh, there they are. Okay. Okay. So these look great with this. Every time I see that, I think of San Francisco. Okay, so I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to have this one. I love that one. And I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to have that here, here, here. Oh, look at I made the back of this beautiful woman, Souvenir de la France. Oh, you know what? Well, I haven't thought this one through all the way, but I do think about when you turn these over, you know, what's going to show. So I might stick this one up high so that that's what shows, because that looks pretty. Yeah. And there we go. Okay. I hope you enjoyed today's craft with me. There is a discount code in the description box from Sue and Jan at Chapter 1 Papers, and you can use it on anything you buy in their store. So, but I think when you see this kit and the last kit, killer kits, killer. And I'm still working on the journal with the last kit. It's going to be a beauty. If you recall, it's the one that uses this. Remember? And I have the lace that goes here. Yeah. This is going to be covered. This is going to be my cover. I have a maroon book it's going to go on. And I've got a wonderful upholstery weight woven beige fabric that's going to go there to cover the spine. And some of the book is going to show a little bit. So this journal, I've made all that ephemera. If you've been following me on Instagram, pretty much all of the ephemera that I've been showing is going to go into this journal. And I hope to get some of that Italian ephemera my girlfriend brought back for me also into that journal. And you know what? I really would like to get this in there because of the Italian insides. Yeah. It's got a lot of blues. It's got golds and browns. It's got reds. Not too much black. It's got pinks. A lot of beiges. So, I love that journal I'm making so much. It just keeps growing. I think I'm up to 3 signatures now. And I've combined about 4 or 5 different kits. And I think it's going to be just luscious once I put everything in it. But I love this cover. Don't you love this ribbon? It's woven. Not by hand. Not implying that. Anyway, can you tell how 3D this is? Can you see the wings? So her bodice sticks out, her feather or her purse sticks out, her wings stick out, her dress. I'm trying to decide how to glue it. I have no idea how I'm going to glue this dress or this skirt. If you have any ideas, don't hesitate to mention it. Oh, look. Shoot. Wait a minute. No, that's the back. Okay. Okay, time to go. It's been a long one, but if you're crafting with me, then it's time well spent. All right, you guys, have a great week until I see you again. Take a peek at video 1 if you didn't see it. How to make the envelope look this way. And if you want to leave a comment, I would love it. And if you want to say what you've decided to do different this year with your journaling, have at it. You might spark an idea in somebody else's mind or even in mine. So thank you again. Take care, everybody. Bye.